Hi everybody, it's Callie. Welcome back to You So Can. We're going to put together all the skills that we've learned so far, minus the buttons, but we're going to put in a zipper. All right, and yeah, we're going to make a pillow. Okay, so let's get some zipper action on and we'll show you what you need. So here's what you'll need to make your pillow. All right, we got our pillow form. All right, this one is 12 by 16. You can use whatever size you want. You need your woven fabric. One side, you're gonna cut 1 inch larger either way. So this way one will be 13 by 17 to account for the seam allowance. And then because we're gonna add a zipper, you wanna cut one piece 2 inches larger from, so if you're gonna put the zipper here, you wanna do the 2 inches larger for the opposite direction of the direction you're gonna put the zipper, and then just 1 inch larger on the same direction you're gonna put the zipper. You can cut, and then I've just cut that piece into 2 pieces, because since I want the zipper a little higher up in one edge rather than smack in the middle. And then you're gonna want a zipper that is as long or longer than the width that you're gonna put it on. So since this is, this is a 14-inch zipper, and then I've got it, since this is 13 inches, so obviously that's longer. Okay. Another thing you also want to do is you want to press your zipper, because a lot of times these longer ones come folded, and it just makes it easier to sew it in. And then of course, thread, obvious shit like that. All right, let's go sew this bad boy up. Okay, so we're here at the machine. We're going to give our zipper a place to go, but to do that, we need to baste together these 2 pieces for where the zipper side. So as you can see, I don't know if you can tell, I've already went ahead and finished the size it's going to be with the zipper. It's a good idea to do that. I used my serger. I go ahead and zigzag it however you want. Okay, so got our straight stitch. I'm going to put my stitch at 4 millimeters. And we got our 1/2 inch, since that's the seam allowance we're using all the way around. Okay. And the reason why we do the big stitch is because we're gonna undo that seam later so that you can get to the zipper. All right, and here we go. Alright, so we're stitched up with our basting side stitches. I'm going to go press this open, and then we'll be back to put in the zipper. Alright, got our seam all pressed, nice and lovely. And what we're going to do, and if you see here, I went ahead and marked where the seam is going to be, so that way we know where to put the stop in case I change my mind and want to flip it around. Doing this one-handed here, y'all, so forgive me. So what we're going to do, and I'll show you this better once I put the camera down, is that we want to line up the stopper. Let me zoom in a little. Whoops. Hello. We want to line up the stopper just above that pink mark, okay? And then what we're going to do is go along and line up the zipper part, the center of that zipper with that seam, and we're going to pin it down. Okay, I'll be able to show you better once I put this camera down. So here we go. Okay. So we're just gonna line up that stop just a little bit north of that pink mark and put in our pins. And then you can do this either with a zipper coming toward you or away from you. And then we're just gonna kind of line it up on that seam and put in our pin. Oh, obviously you notice that the zipper tab is sticking out past where the edge of the fabric. Once we have everything sewn on, okay, we're going to sew it on, and then we'll bring the zipper pull down after we take out the basting stitches, and then just kind of tack it right there. But all this is going to get cut off. Right? So let's go to the sewing machine. Right, we are here at the sewing machine. And one thing I forgot to tell you before when I told you what you needed is you're going to need a zipper foot, okay? Most machines come with them. If not, you can definitely buy some at your local craft store, fabric store. They're available online. Just look up and make sure you know what you need to get. Okay, so I've got my zipper foot on, and what this allows is it allows you to get close to those teeth to sew on the zipper. Now, how far away from the teeth, you don't want to be sewing on the teeth. You can tell that there's teeth right there. You can feel, but also you don't want to give too big of a flap for the zipper to hide under, and then, unless you like flaps, do what you want. So I've got my stitch length to 3, and then I am going to move the needle over a smidge. So check your manual however you need to move your needle over. I've got it moved over 1 millimeter. Sorry for the shakiness, y'all. I'm still figuring some of this shit out. So you can either stop shaking. All right, so here we go. And if you notice too, I moved my pins to the other side. You can totally sew from the other side of the zipper, whatever you're comfortable with. Just make sure you got your pins on the top side. And here we go. So I like to just go ahead and just feel and make sure that that zipper is where I need it to be, that it hasn't gotten all shifty and moved around. And of course, please, 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 definitely, this is a situation where you do want to remove your pins. And here's what it looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and move the zipper foot over, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. All right, we got both sides sewed down, zipper on both sides. Okay, so zipper secure on there, and we're going to do a trusty seam ripper, and we're going to go in and take out those basting stitches. All right, we got the seam, all those basting stitches removed. You can see our lovely zipper. And we're gonna pull it down just a little. And then what I like to do is just kind of tack it back together on the machine. Just using a couple of forward straight stitches as forward and backwards. Just helps keep things aligned a little better when you're sewing, when you're using this in a, making sure everything matches up. So I'll go do that, come back and show you. Okay, we got our line tacked here. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut off this extra. I know, dun dun dun. This may seem like a no shit Sherlock moment, but you do want to make sure that you've got your zipper pull in the inside of your project, like not up here, past the edge of your fabric, but down in here. All right, so here we go. So I just go for it, just cut it off right at where the seam allowance is. All right, it's done. Deep breath, it's all done, it's all good. Not that big a deal. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and construct the rest of my pillow. One thing you do wanna remember though is when you are sewing around this side that has the zipper pull on it, you wanna have the zipper pull just down a little bit. Okay, just so that zipper pull doesn't get in the way of your foot, because it will fuck your shit up. And it's not fun. All right, so go ahead and sew this bitch up and show you the finished product. And she's sewn together. All right. The advantage of putting a zipper in is that you don't have to leave a hole for turning it out. Just make sure you leave the zipper undone a little bit, at least. And then when you're ready to turn this shit out, go ahead and do that. Well, you construct this just like you did in the other video when we were stuffing it full of polyfill. This time we're just stuffing it with a pillow form. So we're gonna still just turn these corners out just like we did before. Get your finger in there. Just kind of shove it all in. It's up to you if you want how sharp you want to get your corners. It's all up to you. So I'm just gonna use my point turning tool, turn these bitches out. And here we go. All right. It's ready for insertion. Hey everybody, we got our pillow. Freaking awesome. Got our pillow form in there. Got everything all closed up at the end. Fucking great. I mean, Golden Girls can't go wrong. Now also too, if you'd rather, you can put the zipper in here just at the end, and then all you just do is you can totally do that too. Just keep both sides to the 1 inch larger either direction, and then just sew the zipper in like I showed you earlier in this video. The only thing is the corners may be a little bit wonky, but if somebody gives you shit about that, okay. Well, let me just tell you, you are all doing such an excellent job, and I am so proud of you. Keep doing your thing, okay? Building a skill takes time, and thank you so much for letting me be a little bit of a guide on this path that you have taken on. I do appreciate it. So that's all I've got for today. Share with me your makes on Instagram. You can either tag me you.so.can or use that old trusty hashtag #YouSoCan. Thank you again. So proud. Like, subscribe, ring that bell, and more importantly, be excellent to each other. Bye-bye.